very quick live right now. I'm only going to be in here for about a half hour. I probably, well, we'll see how many live readings I get to do for individuals today. Hello, Nicole. I'll just go ahead and let you know. Thank you so much for the heart. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys know what I'm doing today because it's a little different than what I have been doing, okay? So today, I will accept roses and the metamorphosis gift for readings. The roses and the metamorphosis gift, okay? Specifically, if you would give a metamorphosis gift, I will spend 10 minutes on your reading. We'll get a little bit more time. We'll get a little bit more detail into it, but it has to be for the metamorphosis gift. Otherwise, if you give a rose gift, I'll still give you a reading, but it will be real quick. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, until you guys start requesting, I will read for the collective. So we have All That Glitters with number 16. So if 16 is an important number for you, 1, 6, or 7 are important numbers for you. That may be a sign that this message is particularly for you. And then we have fire, number 27. Get fired up, let your inner spark ignite, spread, and set your world ablaze. Okay, so we have some goals, we have some things we are working on, and we also have spirit cautioning us a little bit. So let's go ahead and see what is going on here, why spirit is giving us a little bit of a warning, and then we will move forward. Hello guys, hello everyone who is coming in. I'm gonna go ahead and start reading for you all, and then we can move on to individual requests as they come in. So I need to see all that glitters. I need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkling new thing, being mercurial. It's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It is natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, house, title, position, the stamp of authority, or sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing, or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface, learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire that object or person? Okay, so spirit is encouraging us to look within. What goals do we have that may be a little bit too much about other people's thoughts on them, or some other symbolic importance we've put on them that like doesn't matter so much. I'm gonna go ahead and read the prosperity message as well for this card. It says, sometimes an opportunity looks so good that it glitters like gold and you can't resist it. You just can't resist it, especially when it appears others are doing so well and have hit the mother lode. During the American gold rush, everyone hurried west to find their fortune and then deserted entire towns after the mining depleted the gold veins in the earth. So too can you deplete yourself as you chase after the latest shiny thing that has caught your eye. There's a mercurial quality to your present circumstances. Pay no attention to those who chase after fool's gold. Resist the temptation to be jealous of others. What they have achieved may not be the true success you seek, so do not compare yourself to them. You see only the surface right now, only the sparkle. Be assured that you will experience your own shining moment if you stick to what you know. All that glitters may not be gold for you. Okay, there may be something that you thought you wanted, or you think you wanted, or you're trying to, like, maybe you've gotten into a bit of a competition with somebody else over getting something. Keep in mind what the goal is. Like that little competition you have where you're like, well, I'm gonna outshine them, or I'm gonna catch up to them, and then you may get there and be like, okay, I caught up or I got past them, but like, do I care? You know, you don't want to be in that moment afterwards. It's like, I mean, it's totally human, but it's also just kind of like awkward. It's like, oh, I put this effort in, but why? You know, so let me go ahead and get to the, so keep in mind of that, because spirit is saying that the goal may still be very much worth it. The goal may very much still be worth it, but, you know, don't put more effort than you'd really be willing to like have it be somebody else's way, or like to put it in someone's face, because that may not be it at the end of the day. Again, hello everyone who is coming in. I appreciate you so much. If you would like an individual reading, please gift at least a rose. If you would like a longer reading, if you would like to ask a follow-up question, please gift a metamorphosis. That's my goal for today. So just keep that in mind if you want an individual reading, at least a rose, or if you would like to ask a follow-up question after I read for your first one, just go ahead and do the metamorphosis gift. So we have fire. Get fired up, embody and call upon the qualities of brightness, expansion, dynamism, and transformation. Let your inner spark ignite, spread, and set your world ablaze. Where does your passion lie? How would you like to shine your light? What do you have a burning wish to express? Your answer to these questions will help you attune to the fire element, which will in turn support you in sparking your intuition and receiving a flash of inner guidance you seek. There are 3 fire signs: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius, so I hate all my fire signs. I saw those hearts over on YouTube. And Aries is a fire that with impulse to take bold action and begin new things. Leo loves the limelight and being center of attention. Leo also illuminates our hearts and it compels us to follow them. Sagittarius aims for scintillating connections and adventurous inner and outer journeys. How do these fiery signs and their specialties relate to your present moment and situation or concern? What wisdom do they illuminate, okay? It says, have you been hiding, denying, or downplaying your own beautiful light, okay? So don't switch out the things you want and you can do for what somebody else's success is. If you have that drive, if you have passion to do something, you don't necessarily need to use somebody else as a model, okay? So what I mean for that is, if you really want to build something, if you really want to have your own business, and then somebody around you decides like, oh, I want to open up my own ice cream shop, that's cool. You don't have to then compete with them in desserts. Like if you have no interest, you know, if you're like more outdoorsy and you like are, you know, hunting and stuff like that, and that has other things has no interest for you, it does not make sense to pivot in their lane. Do your own thing, your goals, the way, there may not be a way to compare the two of your successes, but that's great. That's a good thing. That means that you can focus on your stuff and you'll probably get more out of it doing things from your own direction. Go ahead, you guys, and if you would like to, thank you so much for the hearts, by the way. Thank you so much for the hearts and the support on either side. If you would like an individual reading, please gift at least a rose first before asking your question. I'll make sure to, thank you so much for the hearts, to pull some cards for you. If you would like to ask a follow-up question to your first question, please put a metamorphosis butterfly in here and I will do that for you. Okay, let's get some more cards for the collective reading. I'm saying there's an idea that you're trapped in a certain way of doing things or a certain process, not because you're literally trapped, but because maybe you've been told for a very long time that things have to be done in a certain way. You have to follow a certain order. Everything is done A, B, C. So when you look for success, you look for success specifically to look like that. Otherwise, it doesn't count to you. Realize that that is false. That is a false belief, especially if you're not even happy with it. Then you don't want that to be your goal. You don't want to be going in the direction of like, yeah, I achieved these things, but like I don't like it. That's kind of the message that we keep going. And we also have the 9 of Wands. There's something about it which is really weighing on you. I feel like you may have already gotten a significant amount of success through the things that you're doing, through the things that you've already put effort in, but it's not feeling like success, especially with this. So this card in particular, all of these have to do with like around the world mythologies, religions, and stories. So this is Baba Yaga. Notice the chicken house for those of you that resonates with. So it's about the card itself, the traditional one, is about things weighing on us, and they're weighing on us for a long time. And this story in particular is I don't know about this particular story, but she's in a lot about where like people ask for stuff and they get it, but there's a catch. And so like you may actually be getting a lot of the things that you're asking for, a lot of things that you've been working towards, but then you get them and you're like, cool. You know, it doesn't really do it for you. So think about that. With the Queen of Swords, yeah, I'm seeing that you're not, hello, Natalia over over on YouTube. You may be noticing, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You may be noticing that like there is a truth, or Spirit is saying there's a truth that you are not telling yourself with the Queen of Swords in reverse. And with the Moon also in reverse, you may be realizing that right now, or you may have realized it for a little bit that it hasn't been doing things for you. But the thing that you really want, the direction you want to go in, it's going to be revealed to you soon, okay? Because we have the moon in reverse, so we're going to realize it. It's going to come in. You're going to be like, oh, that's actually what I wanted to do. Hello, 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 everyone who's joining over on TikTok. Oh, yes, and keep in mind, if you're wondering why I'm moving this around and I seem to be like showing it all over the place, I do have 2 different lives running right now. I have different cameras, so that is why. So if it looks like I'm like like no one's over there, I am showing it to the other live stream, okay? But yeah, what you really want, you probably know, you have an idea, and you're telling yourself a story about why it can't be successful. Just because somebody else may be successful in a different lane doesn't mean that's the one way to be successful. It could be a time to choose your own path. And I'm seeing that again with the 8 of Cups. Leave that doesn't serve you. Leave the process that doesn't serve you. That doesn't mean you have to give up like the energy, the creative energy, the building energy, the wanting to do that thing. It just means maybe that process is not for you. And I'm going to move on because the cards are seeming to all agree on this message. I hope that resonated with some of you guys. And if you are asking a question, if you want to ask something, then yes, you need to gift first. That's how we do things over here. It just keeps fair. If you would like to ask a follow-up question, or you have like multiple questions you want to ask, please do the metamorphosis, okay? The metamorphosis is the butterfly gift over there on TikTok. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to keep shuffling, and we also I already have the oracle cards pulled for the next group message, so we will move forward. And I want a coffee, so. I don't know how many of you are in the US. It is 7:30 right now in the morning. If you are around the world, I hope you're having a great day and enjoying your own coffee if you drink coffee. By the book, number 11 is the first oracle card that has to do with this next group message. Number 11 is in fact a angel number and has to do with starting a new cycle, new portals, new things, okay? And then we have Leo too. Let yourself be seen and appreciated. Love yourself and don't be afraid to show it. That is the other oracle card, so we're going to get into that right now. Let me go ahead and go over to the booklet and see what we have going on there. I don't usually come on this early, but I'm glad you guys are here with me. Abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs or universal laws. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, law of karma, attraction, thought, and compensation are only a few that are known, okay? Where are we? These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in the universal law. Human beings in turn have their own laws and customs that vary culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws and it'll be easier to go by the book at this time. Okay, and again, if you want to ask questions, please gift first. We're looking for roses and the metamorphosis, or the butterfly one, the metamorphosis gift today. And you'll be able to ask a follow-up question if you do metamorphosis. So yeah, Spirit is basically encouraging you to do what everybody else is doing. There we go. Oh, is this just a magnifying glass? Is it totally over with my ex? Okay, let me go ahead and pull a card real quick, or a couple cards for you. Oh, is that just a cue? It's a cue. For some reason, I was looking at it and thought it was a magnifying glass. I was like, what is this image? I'm used to people having a word written out. That's so silly. Give me one. I know. Clearly, I haven't had my full coffee yet. Let's see. We have the Magician. Good sign. Oh, and we have the Ace of Coins. Okay. So we have the Magician. I'm seeing that as a very good sign Magician in tarot is about having everything you need to move forward in a certain position. The traditional picture usually has all 4 elements with the Magician to show that they have everything they need. So this is a very positive card about moving forward. I do not think that things are completely done. I also got the Ace of Coins in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse. So the Ace of Cups is about like a new idea, something to do with like finances or foundational stuff, like how we're moving forward in like our life or how we want like our inner stuff to be. But it's kind of just like a little inspiration. King of Cups is about emotions, how we feel, whether or not our emotions are level, things like that. With the in reverse, I feel like there may be some unsure feelings around this person and what is going on. They may just be a little wishy-washy in the moment, but I do not feel like that connection is broken with the Magician card. It's a really positive card. So glad to hear it. You may reconnect or talk with this person in the future. Anybody else who wants an individual card, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to the oracle reading, and if you want to ask a follow-up question for your first question, metamorphosis or butterfly gift. So buy the book. Yeah, so Spirit is actually encouraging you, in your case, whoever is out there, you are welcome to follow the order of whatever group or situation you are in right now. There may be decisions being made that you just are not aligned with. You're just like, what is this? Why? Who put this person in charge? We've all been there. It's like, did you see that? Did you see that decision that was just made? Did you hear that? Those words, that email that went out? There may be more to be revealed, whether it's you not having all the information about why that decision was made, or the second thing may be that by letting something happen a certain way, this person or this decision gets revealed to be how bad it actually is. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need people to like speak up, especially if people have already spoken up and they're like, that was cuckoo bananas. Why did that decision even happen? And for people to ignore you, for it to go bad, and for them to be like, wow, 5 people told me that that was cuckoo bananas and I still went along with it. Maybe we shouldn't let that person make those decisions. So just hold tight. Things are still moving forward in that situation. Leo, you may be a Leo or you may be dealing with a Leo. Embody your beauty and shine your radiant light for the world to see. Let yourself be seen and appreciated. Love yourself and don't be afraid to show it. It's possible that you're dealing with a Leo or you are a Leo. We don't all need to be celebrities, but every human being has a basic psychological need to be seen and appreciated for their unique talents and abilities. If you could contribute, where did it go? Just one thing to the world through your art or your work, what would it be? What would you most enjoy doing? How would you like to bless the world with your light? We also need loved ones who appreciate our personality and charm. Some of us love throwing extravagant parties and having a large number of friends and acquaintances. Others are more content with knowing just 1 or 2 folks with whom we can be our whole selves. We all need connection. No one thrives in isolation. It may be time for you to reach out to someone you love. Schedule a time to see an old friend or just call them to hear their voice over the phone. If you've recently moved or don't have loved ones nearby, Spirit encourages you to socialize, get out there, meet new people. So yeah, if you're very focused in this one area where it's like you're seeing cuckoo banana shit happen and you're like, what do we do? We're just stuck in this situation. Spirit is encouraging you to distract yourself a little bit. Go out there, meet new people. Don't let it be your focus, because that's going to play out however it's going to play out. It's going to happen the way it's going to happen. You may not really have any control over it other than speaking your piece and then moving forward. So speak your piece, move forward, and then go do other things, because you know what, you may be right and things may play out the way you were expecting, or you may be validated in your opinion, but focusing on it too much can just stress you out in the interim. So kind of move forward and let other things happen as well. Again, if you would like to have an individual question answered, please gift at least a rose. And if you would like to be able to ask a follow-up question, or you want a longer, more in-depth reading, the metamorphosis, or it's like the butterfly gift is appreciated. The Queen of Swords. I do feel like in this situation, you're really determined to speak your truth and to let your truth be known about what is going on. You may have been very open and honest about like, hey, like, have you noticed these things? Have you seen these things? Has anybody else noticed that X, Y, and Z has happened? And I mean, I think people see that. I think you have more weight than maybe you feel like you do, because things change, or they may not have made a decision based on what you had to say. People heard you, and that's really the most important thing. People heard what you had to say. So if something happens exactly like you said it would, or other strange happenings start going on around that situation, they'll always be able to refer back to, like, remember when so and so said that thing? Remember when so and so pointed this out and was like ABC? So that's always going to be in people's mind. Once it's out there, it's out there. So don't think that because people didn't take what you had to say and act on it, that they didn't hear you. They heard you, and they see you as this Queen of Swords characters, as someone who tells the truth and has balance for other people's feelings. So they may not say things. Thank you so much with the hearts and the hundreds on YouTube. They see you as someone who tells the truth, and you consider other people's feelings. So they see you as a strong individual, but that doesn't mean that people automatically change their behavior, but they hurt you. With the strength in reverse, again, you may not feel like you got the backup that you wanted. You may still try to distract yourself, put your focus somewhere else, hang out with other people, start new friend groups, get a new hobby, like do other things, so that it's not as annoying as the situation is. I know sometimes when you have something that feels obvious to you, it can be like, why? Why isn't everyone just turning around and agreeing with me? But hold in there, because other things are going to happen. And with the Hangman in reverse, there's some proactive energy that Spirit is saying is with you or with those surrounding you. You know, we're not hesitating anymore. So again, people may have eyes on things that you have eyes on. People may be more observant. Maybe people may be keeping their opinions, eyes, ears open, so that they can back you up even more. Okay, let's get a couple more cards for this, and then we'll move on to our third topic. Again, if you would like an individual reading, please gift at least one rose. And then if you would like a more in-depth reading, if you would like to ask some follow-up questions, get all the deets on your situation, please give the Metamorphosis, the butterfly gift that is in there, and I will pull some cards for you. Oh, we're co-hosting. We got a lot of people up this morning. Again, I don't usually read around this time. I usually read in the afternoon and like midnight. I say it like that because I keep saying I'm not going to do that, and I have done it so many times. Like, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But I'm gonna leave these over here. I'll take this one. Yeah, it's a different time period for me, but I have an event. I have a creator event I'm going to. I'm very excited. So I had to do that before I went out. 9 of Cups. So this is awesome. Like, this situation, once you go out, once you start seeing new people, once you start kind of focusing on other things, it does feel like the situation and other things are really going to fall into place for you. The 9 of Cups is about, it's like the wish fulfillment card. We have things coming in that we were hoping for, wanted, we're looking for, are coming in. And I'm seeing that, like, this is not based off of focused effort. This is literally just about manifesting divine feminine energy. You don't have to be a woman for the divine feminine energy to come in. Just being open to receiving. I think good things are absolutely going to come in for you. And you're going to be surprised at how good things can be while you let that other thing that was taking your focus unfold. Those things may even be fixed in the background while you're like out there living your best lives. You never know. But the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. So that's really good. I'm happy for you guys. You also have the Page of Coins, some new idea, something that you wanted to pursue, something that's occurred to you before, but maybe you haven't invested that much into it. You're going to start investing into the idea. It doesn't have to be with money. It could be with time. It could be with energy. It could be just telling other people about it, putting more effort into it, getting legs underneath that thing. We're going to see growth in that area as well. Good things beget good things. The more you start moving forward towards the positive and the things that you care about, the more good things that will come into you that you could not have predicted before. I can tell you right now, I was just thinking about that this morning. There was an opportunity that came up in the last couple of days, very random. Actually, this creator event, I was not looking for it, and it popped up in my inbox, in an inbox in an email that I don't ever look at. I literally do not know how I got how I saw the notification, and it was like, this event is happening 2 weeks from now, within driving distance. Hello to Akama, I saw your rose. Please feel free to put your question in the comments and I'll read for you. But you just never know, just by like being out and about and like doing your thing, you could end up with opportunities that come your way. So I've had two opportunities in the last 2 weeks that came up based off of decisions I made months, years ago. Actually, both are years ago. And they both came up in the last 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, that's so useful. That's so helpful. And they're things I wouldn't have looked for. I wouldn't have looked for either of these things. So you just don't know, just by being out there and being open. To Akama, if you have a question, please put it in. You'll probably be the last reading for today. And the Four of Cups energy for this collective reading. If there's something that you weren't into, that you kind of said no to, and you're thinking about it now, and you're like, okay, I saw your question, I will read it next. And you were thinking to yourself, should I go back to that? Should I rethink that thing that I put to the side? I wouldn't rush back to that thing that you just put down, that situation you just put down, that person you just kind of disconnected from. It may be early. If there's a connection later, it happens later, but I'm feeling like right now may not be a good time. It may just be like regret at, like buyer's remorse situation. You just got the thing, or you just let it go, and now you're like, oh, is that the right decision? It's the right decision for now. If it's truly not the right decision, you will know in more time, right, where you get more evidence of that. Okay, will I end up with a new partner? This is our last question for this live. I will be doing a live much later today, or tomorrow, depending on where you are at. So keep that in mind. But right now I'm reading for two Akama. Will I end up with a new partner? Ooh. Interesting first card. I got the Nine of Swords. Let me get another card for you. Okay, a bunch came out. Okay, let me read that up right. Nine of Swords first of all. I'm going to go through them a little faster just because I got 4 cards for you that came out. But the Nine of Swords is about, negative thinking, catastrophizing, that sort of thing. So the thoughts that you're having, that you're like not going to meet someone new, or that you're not going to be with this new person, or something's going to go wrong, remember that these are negative thoughts. Like, strong negative thoughts do not mean that they're more true, or they're more likely, or they're more whatever. They may just be thoughts that are plaguing you, especially if you're like losing sleep over it and like you don't have evidence to that thing to know for a fact that it's true. It may just be negative thinking that is bothering you. Breathe. Recognize that they're not true, or at the very least they're not true right now. You don't have to stress about it. You don't have to have that anxiety. The Three of Cups, I see you being very social. I see you meeting new people, or just being around your friends, being around community. And with the High Priestess, that you have a knowing. When this person comes in, you're going to feel very connected with them quickly, okay? So don't feel like because things are moving right now that you feel unsure, that you're always going to be unsure. When the right person, or when this person decides to be with you, it's going to be so obvious. You're just going to feel like it's inevitable. Like, you're going to be saying, like, oh, obviously something's going to happen here. We're at least going to start talking, because there's that energy of something coming in. We also have the Two of Swords in reverse. So my card, Two of Swords in reverse. Upright, it is usually about a choice. I'm seeing that there isn't a, oh, thank you, 360. Usually when it's upright, it's about making a choice. With it in reverse, we're not making a choice right now. That may just be because in this case, thank you so much. If you would like to ask a question, it will be my last question for the day. LOL 360. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. you're not making a decision right now. I would say that's just because the person that you feel that connection with, the automatic, you're welcome, the automatic connection isn't there right now. So don't feel like because you're a little bit unsure that means nothing is happening. Things will happen when they are meant to happen. Okay, I'm gonna stay on a little longer, just to see if you want to ask that question. Otherwise, we are good to go. Thank you so much. If you would, you're welcome. Is there a fearful avoidant attachment between Luke and me? If fearful avoidant. Okay, let's go ahead and see. Woo! Okay, we got the Queen of Swords as our first card. And thank you so much, everyone who is on YouTube watching along. I'm not monetized over there, so I don't do individual readings, but as soon as I am, I will. So the fastest way to have that happen is to subscribe over on that platform. I'm not sure specifically fearful avoidant. I do feel like you know what, maybe. And the reason I'm like kind of back and forth myself is there's back and forth energy in the cards. So I'm gonna say that there might be a fearful avoidant because we have the Queen of Swords. We have one person who is, you know, balanced in what they say and how they feel and the other person's feelings. And then we have the King of Wands. So we have a queen and we have a king, and we have it doesn't have to be that like, you know, the feminine character is you and like this other person is the masculine character. But we have a couple here. We have a queen and a queen, and the king is like this has a lot of passion, is really driven, really going towards things, but it's in reverse. So they're not even necessarily like acting on their passion. They may be very hot and cold instead of going directly towards what they are passionate about, who and what they want to go towards. Then we have the Emperor, which is about mentorship, paternal energy, guiding energy, being a leader in a certain connection. And then we have the Six of Swords in reverse. So Six of Swords upright would be leaving something that we really wanted to work out. In reverse is not leaving, even when there's like weird energy. So with this back and forth of like leadership, leaving but not leaving, honesty and truth, someone's passionate but they're not following it. Yeah, I think there may be some fearful avoidant back and forth energy going on here. So I mean, it's up to you if you feel like that is worth it or not, how you want to address that, but you may be dealing with someone who's a little bit difficult to communicate with, which you may already have that experience. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate the gifts. I appreciate so much of your time here and joining the Exalted. I, of course, will be doing a live again much later today, at least 8 hours, because I have to go drive right now to that other event. I will have things, of course, on my TikTok here, my zodiac readings I do every single month, and I also have my long form content on YouTube. If you prefer YouTube, I have videos there that you can watch at any time. You can watch at any time, of course. And I also, of course, want to reach monetization over there, and that way I can reach you and do individual readings on both platforms. Bye.